Hi everybody. Welcome to the 2 Hour Track Challenge. My name is Ben_Burns. Today we're going to be writing a song in 2 hours or less. I'd say your money back, but you already know that you're not paying anything to be here anyway, aside from your time, and I cannot bend the laws of physics. I apologize. So today, I have no idea what we're going to be writing. I have been a little bit mind-flooded, as the kids say. So I am just going to kind of roll with what I have. Oh, I was talking to Garden Sound last night, and he suggested I go on Belegal Beats on Splice and go through some of those packs. I completely forgot about that. Presets, samples, packs. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, Belegal Sounds. So that's Liquify. What else does Belegal do? I don't know how to pronounce that because it's Mr. Bill, and it's Bill Legal. I could have sworn that there was like another one because I've gotten the Liquify one. I've grabbed a bunch of those already. Also, yes, YouTube, I am wearing a hat. I don't know why. Because I can't search by... Yeah. Well, they're not specifically his. Like Mr. Bill Legal Sounds is his production company, basically. So he works with other people to do it. This is like impossible. So I guess maybe I'm not going to do that. Or maybe I have to do it on the web version. Sounds. I don't know. It sounded like a fun thing to do, but I'm not going to... I think that's how you... Yeah. EGAL. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so I've heard... I was talking to Garden Sound, and he said that some of these were pretty banging. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to see which ones he said. Schweck's Collision and Parth's pack. And I think Parth was the Liquify. Okay, so I have that. So I'm going to grab... is this set to random? Okay. Percussive metallic. Am I logged in? Okay, I'm logged in. Use 1 credit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a bunch of stuff and we'll... So this is set to random, so it's not sorting by like what's popular. High-tech glitch snare. I'm just kind of going off of this high-tech cymbal hi-hat. That's what I want. Drums. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bounce through these and see if I can make anything cool out of that. And that's at least a good starting off point. It should be in here. Good. Can I just... Oh, splice. You're killing me, man. Okay, so since I'm adding stuff to the thing, I should start the timer. So this will be at least a starting off point for like creative inspiration. We'll see if anything comes out of it, but it's at least a place to go to get things rolling initially. I wish I could just like bulk add these, but that's okay. Oh, that was a big sample. That's my whole song right there. Stretch that out 3 times, make it a minute and a half long. Add a rain sample under it. Call it lo-fi ambient sample core. Okay, so what was the other pack? The Liquify. So there's a bunch of stuff that I own for this already, so I'm going to grab these. I kind of went through these and I grabbed ones that I liked. So I'm just going to... Wet tips. One shot gooper. That's what they called me in high school. No. Let's see. Anyway. That's good enough. we'll mess with this. I'm not gonna do like the def set or loop creation, although that is a ton of fun. So these are 86 BPM, so I'm gonna bump it to 85 because that's a comfortable place for me, and we'll rock and roll with this. So these are Foley drums. You know what? Let's do a little def composing. We'll go off of the names of these sounds. So these are like one shot cymbal. No, maybe I won't do that. This is E minor, huh? Excuse me. So what do we got so far? I'm not going to do the def thing. That's gonna mind flood me a little too much. Actually, let me chop this. Now I want to. I'm so like not consistent today. It's like, oh, I want to do this. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do this. Oh yeah, maybe I do. One of these was a kick, right? One shot vinyl kick, yeah. And this is the vinyl snare? Yes, okay. I'm also wearing the hat because I'm a little cold, so I'm hoping that I'll warm up a little bit. And this was vinyl hi-hat. Oh, good. Good job, Ben. Getting a well-rounded percussion sample here. I don't know if I want that. Mind flood? Yeah. I don't know. I like it's an interesting concept and something that's definitely relatable to me lately, where it's just like there's so many things that you need to think about that it's easy to and mind flood might actually work. We'll see where this kind of takes us. Again, like I'm doing this without really any knowledge of how it sounds. So we'll see. You know what? Let's throw some swang on here. Okay, let's lower the volumes of some of this stuff just so we can start a little lower. I don't know what this drum loop I think is going to anchor the whole thing, so... Okay. That's not bad. So, okay, let's... Okay. So this is kind of a glitchy high-end thing, so let's focus the EQ on that. That's pretty good. Hey, how you doing, Pizza? It's been a while. Hope you've been well. Or as well as things can be in these uncertain times. Dun 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 dun. So I have thoughts. Hey, Arcade, what's up, man? I know that you requested the cat sample pack like last month, and I know the due date is Friday on that, so I'm going to get that to you. I have not forgotten. Watching streams much. Listen, I don't blame you. Stuff has been whack lately. So... How's this sound? Plant a tree. I can do that. Thank you so much, Pizza. Okay, I actually really like where this is going. I feel like the tail on this hat shot is a little long. There we go. Okay, what do we got here? Now that we have a loop. So one of the things I was thinking, these are from the Liquify pack. They're pretty gnarly. Yeah, no thanks. See, this could work because this is going to be, if we're at 85, 85 times 2 is 170, and this is 164 BPM. So this actually works pretty well if we... Are you impressed by my math skills? The deadline on the remixes is Friday, yes. I'm really glad that I was able to push it out, because then more people can participate. I'm glad you fixed your light. Actually, let's go like this. What was wrong with it? Did you forget to plug it in? Okay, so this is the wrong note. Acting funny. They're giving up and went through. Oh yeah, and listen, I know how that goes. I'm glad that glad you got something going. It doesn't feel like it's in C. I don't know if that works. It's a little crunchy. I don't really know where this is going. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm gonna try to take it a little slow with this. Sounds like B. Yeah, thank you. Maybe. I mean, I don't really want it to be like super tonal anyway, but I do want it to not be completely discordant, because I do intend on just creating a bass line here. My thought right now is that we can make something cool. I know, crazy, right? But let's just pull this out a little bit more so we can have some space. But I was thinking that, let's see, this would be here. Yeah. Having a bass that would be aligned with this. Yeah, right. Making something cool is like a once every 3 month kind of thing for me. I don't want to overdo it. That's a little harsh. I mean, obviously I really like some of the songs that I made in the 2-hour track challenge. Otherwise, I probably would have given up by now. But it's always tough. Okay. I'm always a little hard on myself, which isn't good. Like, you shouldn't be hard on yourself. You should be aware of things and just kind of do your best. But, you know, sometimes your best isn't as much as you want. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm also just being... I'm being a butt. Also, is this... My brain is not with it today. Yeah, that's why. Because I can't math right. Hey. Thanks, pizza. Now that sounds weird because I'm so used to the other one. That's okay, though. I think that we can... I don't really like this, honestly. Kind of cool. I still feel like this one-shot sample. I'm not grooving on that. That's better. I don't know if we want swing on this either, now that we're kind of filling things out a little bit more. I'm going to keep it on there because I think it could be cool, but I also think that we're gonna chop that out. I want to put in just a regular closed hat. Just to see if we can solidify the rhythm a little bit more. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think, unless we go like full triplets like this, which might work. It's just so boomy. I don't know. I'm not forcing myself to stick with anything here. Because like the way this is kind of coming together, it might be a little bit more techy. So if we layer something with this, I still like the rattly sound that this has. But I kind of want to layer it with a kick that has a little bit more oomph. So if we go like this. Okay. I want something with a little bit more punch. We'll make something here. I promise. That's a guarantee. Oof, no. This is the most fun part of all music production. Cool. Okay. Let's join all this together. we can't do that. Cool. Okay. Hey, Toxic. Thank you so much for that resub. That is 30 months. That's a lot of months, my dude. Something will be made. That's the Ben Burns guarantee. Jeez. I need to either check the piano keys or my fingers, because one of them's busted. Thank you so much for that resub. I really do appreciate it. It's 30 whole months. Anyway, I really like this loop. Does that loop really need this garbage, though? Because I don't think it does. I think we can do way better. Because this is just like straight up. It's kind of boring. Boring as a bass, anyway. Might work really well as a lead. Let's get flexible. So we'll put in a delay here, but let's like make it real tight. Nonlinear reverb, but you're going to have to be a little bit more. Are you talking about convolution reverb, or are you talking about something else? I have messed with convolution reverb before. It's a lot of fun. I haven't done it recently, though. Okay, let's get rid of all of this stuff for the moment. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What if we cranked up the feedback? Kind of a weird, like, chorusing sound. That's always fun. There's another thing that I wanted to do. So what was it? Oh! Recorded some guitar this morning, kept the ball rolling, also recorded the bass line. Yeah. One thing I was also thinking of is I can group this. So this is something I was thinking of when it came to sampler. Layering in some extra sounds on top of this. I don't know if it'll work. I'm kind of going all over the place today, but that's okay. Where are my waves sounds? Instruments. It's not transients. Ambient and field recordings. There we go. Okay, it's now... Shut up, Ben. Shut up, Ben. I'm busy here. So basically just going like this. Controls. And then we can set a randomizer here. Wait, no, is this simpler or sampler? We need to go to sampler. There we go. So we need to set an oscillator, I believe. Yeah, an oscillator to random, and that random can change the start position of this. And then when we play the sound, it is not changing the sample start. Oh, it's loop start. I need sample start. Bam. It makes like no difference, but it's a neat idea. Oh, because this is too short. I'm going to get it to work. Or my name isn't Ben_Burns. Ah. How you guys doing? Hey, Fen. There we go. So let's just throw a compressor on there and call that good. Make that a little shorter. Yeah, I just kind of want splashy sounds, you know? So now... Yeah, can't really tell. But your mind will be able to tell. That's the important part. Got locked out of The Sims, so you're building your own, coding your own building editor. That's awesome. I know teens started playing Story of Seasons, which is the Harvest Moon, like the new version of it. They renamed Harvest Moon to Story of Seasons, and she likes it, but she's kind of like disappointed with parts of it. And we're like, oh well, let's just make our own Harvest Moon, you know, Stardew Valley style game. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do that. I think that there's a lot that could be done there. I don't know why I'm opening Contact. We'll see. Well, how much time do we have left? Oh, we've spent 25 minutes doing very little. We'll figure it out. Yeah, since Teen likes stones and minerals and stuff so much, she likes the mining portions of these games. She really liked the mining portion of Stardew Valley, and there's a mining portion in Story of Seasons, and it's like, why don't we just make that and then build a game around that? And I think that there's a lot of really fun things you can do with that idea. So what am I getting Valhalla room for? I need a home. It's the new hotness. You got to go with the new hotness. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Tina's the rock lady. That is very true. Rock chaser. No, it has to be cat-based. It doesn't have to be, but I was going to make it cat-based. I was thinking Mewton, M-E-W-T-O-N, was the name of the town. And it has to be alliterative, so it's like Mewton's Magical Mine or some crap like that. I don't know. I like that. I like that tech way better. I can clean that up and we should be good. Catastrophic mining. You know, that's not too bad either. Everybody loves a good pun. But I like alliteration because it's a little bit more subtle. Meowing. The other thing is that if we named it Mutin, we could have the town mayor be called Isaac, and then it would be a super, super subtle pun for Isaac Newton, because, you know, the town's named after the mayor. I don't know. I don't know. This is all like stuck in my head right now, so who knows? I have so many other things I need to finish. I don't know when I'll ever get to this, but it's one of those things where it's like I've always wanted to make a game with Teen. I think that would be a lot of fun. Exactly. Could lean into those puns a little bit more. I have no idea where this is going. Need a lifeline on this one, guys. It's a really good idea that I could put in here. Still happening. We're kind of at a tipping point right now where I don't know what I want to do. Like, do I keep going with this? Actually with a G. Okay, let's get rid of these. Yep, get rid of this. Okay, so my original idea, I'm going to scrap that. I'm going to go with... yeah, exactly. The G is both silent and not written, but it's there. Spending a lot of time trying to dial this in. I don't know why it's being such a pain. Is this based off of the held length? It is. Okay, so I need to work on the release, not the decay. Oh, that's way better. Right, Seamless. How's that dude doing these days? I haven't heard from him in a long time. He helped me learn Massive way back in the day. Not like personally, but I watched a lot of his videos. With a Q, yeah. Okay, let's work on this chord, because I think this is wrong. Well, wrong in my mind. Well, maybe not. See, now this seems to fit a lot better. This does not. Oh no. At least you weren't cutting like hot peppers, like bird's eye chilies or something. That's probably not a good thing to get in a cut. I hope you're okay, though. That can be rough. Okay, so I do... Actually, let's not get rid of that. Let's just get bananas with it and just call that a day. Just redux this. Not the whole drum channel. Thank you. There. Okay. See, now I'm getting warm, so I guess that's good. Yeah, I think that could work pretty well. It's not anything fancy. It's just a Sine 4, but I think there's some cool things you could do with this. Oh, not the time. I want slide. This does have pitch shifting, right? Glide, there it is. Yeah, it's simple, and I'm okay with that. No, 50 is pretty good, actually. 51. Take that. This isn't a preset anymore. This isn't your father's preset. So yeah, I don't really know where this is going to go, but it's a post set, exactly. We do need some kind of bass. I was thinking about, well, what do we got in here? We got anything cool that we could use as a bass? Thrill. You know, I was so excited, and I was so excited when this came out, and then I was even more excited when it was part of like Complete Audio 12 or whatever I have now, and I have not used it once. So, you know, that's how they get you. They get you super hype over something, and then you buy it, and then you never use it. Mega Brass. This is probably not the correct thing to use, but when's that ever stopped me? Yeah, I don't know where this song is going though. I'm a little out of it today, I guess. That's the chord? No, it's ooh. Don't know why it stopped there. I do like it's a little dark though. Oh man, see this is like the indecisiveness that kills the 2-hour track challenge. Where I have some kind of thoughts in mind, but those thoughts aren't coherent enough to actually get me somewhere. So I tend to spin my wheels a lot. Well, not exactly the right notes, but at least the rhythm's there. I don't know. "17-inch spinning rims." You know, worst case scenario, I can always just yeet this into the ether and make a just kind of a chill track. And if that happens, that happens. Listen, I'm with it. I'm hip. Yeah, I don't like that either. That's the thing. Like, I really like the beat that we made. I think I'm overthinking this. I think that I'm going down paths that I shouldn't. Because I hate deleting stuff so willy-nilly like that, but it's like I feel that there's something there. It's chill, but got the cool car vibes too. Yeah, like, is this like kind of a road trip song maybe? Because this could definitely be like the chorus, and then we could just have some other chill stuff that goes around it. Ooh, that's going to be a spicy chord. Okay, where are we at with this? There's... Yeah, okay, let's pivot a little bit. I think that we have the right idea when it comes to like the mood, but we just need to figure out how to get like... I think we're good. Maybe. We'll see. A little off. That's better. All right, that needs to be present. There we go. Okay, let's fix this up a little bit. So there's a little bit of a confliction here, and that's okay. Mostly just because I forgot that I changed all these chords around, and I want to make sure that everything is... Okay. I mean, this sounds like a melodica song, don't it? I don't know if I want to use the melodica, though. I want to use it. I always want to use the melodica because it's like my favorite instrument ever. But I also want to... let's not go back to the melodica well just yet. Not yet, anyway. I just need to find, like, the heart of this song. Drill variable speed supposed to be a riser? Maybe. I was mostly just... playing with the variable speed on the drill, and I was like, well, you do what you will with that. I feel like we have a little bit more going on now. Okay, I guess I'll just re-navigate to it then, huh? Ableton, folders, contact, mega ass, haha, mega brass. So we have these long held notes here. And we could take mega brass and make it not sound bad. I really like Mega Brass. I think there's a lot going on with it, but it can be a little rough around the edges sometimes. Oh man, that attack is not long enough. Yeah, maybe it is. Whoa, that's the wrong chord. What chord was I looking for there? Let's try that again. Man, what am I doing? I want to go down though. God, what is wrong with my brain today? Yeah, it does a little bit. Whoa. I think we can make that work. We just don't need any of the mids. I mean, this is kind of an experimentation, I guess. Yeah, see, that works pretty well. Add a saxophone, why not? It would be kind of 5 though. Mellotron sax. Get a synth saxophone. That actually works pretty well. I got to use it sparingly though. I don't want to overlap this stuff too much. Oh my god, it's already been an hour. Oh no. This might be a real short song. I guess this loop's like 45 seconds, so it's not that bad, but I feel like sometimes I like wake up and start the stream. I'm like, oh, today's going to be a rough one. I use PC. Don't need that last one. My wife is a Mac user, but I am not. Just doesn't gel with me. Nothing really wrong with it. So I think we've got kind of a good little bass here. Well, that's cool. I mean, for game development, I should have more of a presence with Mac. I really should get like a Mac box and a Linux box just to check on things, but I don't. I should, but I don't. Yeah. Let's just reverse that. Well, hopefully you can get the problem sorted. I know that that stuff can be time consuming. I've definitely built my share and fixed my share of PCs in the past. I've only fixed a laptop once though. Those things are a little bit scarier just because everything's like so crammed together. Cool. Okay, so we've got kind of a chorus going here. Yeah, power buttons are annoying. I know about a year ago I was streaming and my cat stood on the computer's power button until it turned off, which was not a good stream. So what should we call this song? Like, we're talking about like an Oceanside, maybe like an Oceanside Drive kind of thing. Disconnect the keyboard because it was going crazy. Yeah, the biggest thing I've done with the laptop is I've replaced the hard drive with an SSD, which was really nice. Like, I'm really glad I did it. But I wonder, is there anything in the sample crate that we can use that we already used that one.
Who's that over there eating some nuts? I want some nuts.
I don't know if that would really fit here. Oh, this one might work. This is a long one, though. I love Adam Savage. Nuts.
Who's that over there eating some nuts? I want some nuts.
We could have I haven't done an inspirational one in a while. This might work pretty well. So if we go like this.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, etc., etc., etc. There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation.
That right there is so important.
That took me, I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
Oh, it's nice out. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this. I've been sitting on this sample for a while. We could actually call this holistic process because that's what I named the sample. I'm going to do that. Why am I on my desktop? Hopefully this gives us a little bit more direction when it comes to this stuff. Honestly, I don't think we need a whole lot because if we're going to go this route where it's kind of focused around this sample, all we have to do is kind of build around this and we should be good. Like, this sample takes so long. And for songs like this, they're only like 2.5 to 3 minutes long anyway, depending on the type of music you're going for. So I think that there's a lot we can do. I think I also want to create another sample here. Loops, samples, recently added, no, instruments, drums. 870 BPM. Let's go. That's a really long sample. Okay. I'm gonna pop and say hello. Hey, Floof Snoof. You're also going live. Well, I hope your stream goes well. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of overlap here. Oh no, are we getting some wind noise here? I really like having the window open. Maybe. We'll see. The one problem I have with these Sennheiser samples is they're obnoxiously loud. Like, this is minus 20 dB, and it's still, like, overpowering the mix. I'm glad you got it sorted, hopefully. We don't have to do all these at the same time. Like, we can have the basic. So we're just kind of building layers, and once we have all the layers, this should fall into place pretty easily. I also want to change the chord progression around a little bit, because if we're doing the same, and this is the thing with like lo-fi hip-hop and stuff, it's like, yeah, you can do the same thing for the same chord progression for the whole thing, but it's like, it's not my jam, man. That's a sound. Man, how am I going to do that? We can fix this up. That's the wrong note. Oh boy. It's kind of working with a lot of strange things today. Yeah, it's a contact. I use this upright bass all the time. So it's contact 5. Yeah, I use it all the time. If I search for upright, it's where is it? Jazz upright or upright bass, yeah. Oh yeah. I use it probably far too much. It's incredible though, because it has those clips. It has aftertouch. Well, not aftertouch, but if you, or is that aftertouch when you release the note, it also triggers something? So I just want to clean this up. There we go. That's a little better. And then this one is going to 3. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That should be better. Got to clean this up first. This is kind of the heart of the song. So I want to make sure it's good. Wow, it's getting dark out. It's gonna rain. That sucks. That's why you never delete anything. Okay, let's compare these chords real quick. So really we're focusing here. Hey, the Viking. How you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. We're making a chill song today, but let's get a little piano. Maybe we'll get a little palate cleanser here for the last 50 minutes of this song. Thank you so much for the raid, though. I do appreciate it. Hope your stream was well. Hey, Squishy Sprite, how are you? It's been a while. It's weird to see all these communities overlap, you know? Anyway. We started this as kind of like an aggressive electronic song, and now we're kind of going more into the lo-fi spectrum, which is okay by me. Using Game Maker, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so this this little bit here is kind of very off rhythm. Bum bum bottom. That kind of donks a lot of stuff up. He's like, welcome back. Okay, Toxic, thanks so much for hanging out, man. I do appreciate it. Hope you have a good evening. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Come on. I'm getting too focused. Getting too focused is kind of the death of these challenges sometimes. And getting... There we go. Because we need to work within the swing. And the swing is... Okay, that's a little better. Let's get rid of these for the moment. Focus on just what we have here. It can be. I feel that too much focus can be a bad thing because, well, let me clarify. When it comes to a timed challenge like this, I think too much focus can be a bad thing because it's pushing me in a direction, and if I'm focusing on that direction and not really contemplating all the other opportunities or all the other I almost said the same word, all the other branching paths that might come from that, like sliding doors or whatever. It's just kind of, I can't focus too much on one thing because I might miss other things that might be better options. And I feel that's what I was doing wrong at the beginning of this, where I was just like, "Hey, sponge boobs." Nice. How you doing, man? I appreciate the follow. Sponge boobs. Anyway, thanks for the follow. So yeah, I feel like if I get like focused on one thing too much, I might miss things that may happen that are better ideas. So something's being really obnoxious and I need to find it. I think it's this. Yeah. Okay, and then we can bring this in. I don't really want to go to the quote right away.
Actually, there's a value.
Yeah, so I do want to get to this, and I'm going to have to chop this up so it fits better with the beat. Ideally, I want it to end like this, so it goes right from the end of what he's saying back into the loop.
Finally understood that central fact.
So that's ideally what I want to do. That's the wrong loop. Hey, there we go.
Fact.
Can you subtly glitch up the quote? I mean, I can. I don't know if glitching's the right way to go about this, though. I think that it needs to be better processed. Karen Tatiana Ortiz, 88. Thank you so much for the follow. Sorry, like my screen's like way over there for all that stuff, and there was a lot of letters to read. Thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate that. That's not the good chord. Let's do a spooky chord. Thank you so much for the follow, though. I do appreciate it. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay. So we can get rid of those for the moment. Actually, just get rid of this one for the moment.
Actually, there's a value.
I mean, one thing we could do with this is have kind of like a reverse sound to help lead it in more. So we could go like this. It helps if I actually record, though. Oop. So we can use that as kind of a reverse point.
Actually, there's a value.
Well, now we got to. I don't want to sound like he's in Dark Souls 2.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like.
Yeah, no, I appreciate thoughts. Thoughts are important.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it.
Okay, so we can push this off a little bit more.
I now know.
Because what you want to do is you want to have interplay between where the chords start and where the words start. So there's a place back here where there's a gap right here, which is perfect because he stops talking, the chords change, and then he starts talking again. So it's kind of like doing a duet between spoken word and music.
The table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool that.
So this is actually kind of a time-intensive process.
The execution.
I wish that there was a way to just select until the end.
The execution.
And just kind of space these out a little bit more to fill the gap.
The execution of the tool.
It sounds weird when you're used to the other way, but it'll sound good when you're not paying attention or when you don't know.
The execution of the tool, that they're using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is...
Is this like warped at all? Because it feels like it's rushed. Maybe not. Adam Savage just talks really excitedly.
Part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place.
I'm going to fix this up too.
Etc., etc., etc.
I got to fix the chords too because it's a little repetitive, but you know, it's process and it's progress.
There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me. That was.
Let's scoot this over a little bit more.
That took me. That was. I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
Okay, so we can scoot this around a little bit more, but at least it's a start. Oh, this is a weird one, ain't it? Oh, man. It's okay. It's just kind of a... All right, we have these two.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make this loop a little bit more interesting because it is going to go on for like 6 times. So actually, let's just go like this.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, that they're using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, etc., etc., etc. There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me. That was. I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
That was pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with that whole loop.
That took me the least important part of the equation.
I want to put a little emphasis on that.
Of the equation.
Yeah, that's not how that works, huh? I don't like where he kind of stutters there. I'm going to just take that out.
That took me. I I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
Okay, so what we can do, we're kind of like putting this together piecemeal. We need to have an intro of some sort. Part of me wants to do something just completely... oh yeah, no, I'm definitely going to. I don't know if Adam will actually watch it, but like I have... you weren't here last time, Zaxxas, when I was messing with some of the other... I have the Vsauce one from his latest video.
Hi, I'm Michael Stevens. Are you a person?
Hey, Elena. Or
Well, then get out of here.
Eleanor.
Go poop or something. I only want to talk to your brain.
I love this sample so much. Are you a person? Go poop or something. I want to talk to your brain. Yeah. Best ad break in all of YouTube. I don't know what we want to do for an intro for this. We could just do kind of off the cuff. Oops. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do everything at the same time, though. Oh, it's really hard to do that with the metronome ticking, huh? We can bring more things in as we go. I think I got off. Whoa, don't want to delete all that. So we can bring a couple more things in as we go, but that's a starting point. I screwed up that chord like 7 times while I was playing this, so we can also put a couple more effects on here. I think that this is I've done this before when it comes to like intros. It's just like, I don't know what to do. Let's just improv over the chords for 18 bars, 16 bars. So it's kind of maybe a little lazy, but it's also kind of like, I only got 2 hours, my dude. I'm trying to just figure it out as I go. So, you know. It's really pretty, though. Well, yeah, like, and you're absolutely right. It's like, just make the thing, forehead. You know, just do it. Thank you, Eleanor. I appreciate that. You know, one of these days I'm going to get this chord right. Did I start over? No, I'm just adding an intro. I did scrap a lot of things. I had some creative blocks when it came to how I wanted to execute this song, and I decided to scrap a bunch of it. Most of it's still here, but... Oh, thank you, Eleanor.
There's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me.
I might want to add more stuff here.
I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. The table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me, I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
So there's a couple screw ups in there, but again, I've got a whole 29 minutes left. The world is my burrito. I can take a nap and finish this. Oh, that's kind of let's not get full of ourselves. The tortoise and the hare kind of thing. It's like, oh, yeah, I can just take a nap and I'll finish this song in 10 minutes, whatevs. That ain't how it works. This end part here is pretty cool because we add a couple more layers. So what I'm thinking about doing is we can have this. This is too floppy. Hey, Loki Bear, how are you? I'm getting rained on. Okay, so we've got the bones of a song. We've got to kind of clean it up a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of stuff we can do here.
Actually, there's a value.
Caution, don't be floppy with a table saw. Yeah, there's a reason why I haven't purchased a table saw yet when it comes to like my woodworking area out there, is because they're terrifying. And it's like other stuff, it feels like it's more controllable, even though the miter saw, like the chop saw, is still a little spooky. But
using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is
I
setting
don't,
your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe.
I don't buy a whole lot of new tech. I should sometimes. Like, my phone's getting a little old, but so much control. I would like a bandsaw. Bandsaws look like a lot of fun to use.
Making sure you've got the right blade.
Actually, Zaxxas, since you know woodworking a little bit, I've got a question for you. I have, let me just go to full screen real quick. VST. Oh, I thought you were talking about like a phone or something. Like, it'd be like a Google thing. That sounds familiar. So I can't show it. I have like an internet box down here that has my internet connection in it, which is essentially these like little things. And then I have a switch connected to this. So I made a faceplate with my 3D printer, which is cool. And I want to find a way to make a wood box that I can inset this in. But I don't know how to cut, like if we have a plate of wood, like cut down a little bit on each side so I can basically slot this in. And then, you know, form a box around it and have a top and stuff. And I just don't know how I can do that. So if you have any insight on how to like cut slots out of wood, that would be really useful, because right now I'm using I'm using like a plastic coffee container. And it's real janky here. I'll send this picture to myself so you can actually see how bad it is. It's really dumb. A jigsaw would do it? Maybe. I guess if you clamp it down well enough. Yeah, you might be right. Getting the proper clamps is something that I need to... So yeah, that's what I have right now. So this goes to my router, and then this goes to my PC, and in the middle there's a switch here. Router with a rabbit bit. Oh, and just go right down the middle. The problem is that this is like 2 millimeters, so I'd have to get a real tiny rabbit bit, because the one I have right now is 1/4 of an inch, and that would make it real floppy. So yeah.
There's a valuable lesson.
So my goal is essentially to replace this with a nice wooden box, instead of a coffee container or a coffee creamer container, really. Because I think that this would be a cool thing that I could make for myself and possibly sell later in my life. But yeah, I can see if there's like a rabbit bit that does something like that. Yeah, just a handsaw. That might work too. The problem is like I could just like cut a relief in something and set it in there and then butt it up against something else. So it's basically just glued in there, but it would be nice if it was just one piece of wood that you slot it into. But I also have to worry about all of the pins on the bottom here that aren't covered up by wood and stuff. So there's some more work I have to do on that. What sort of production do I do? This is mostly kind of like chill out stuff. I have done more upbeat EDM stuff. It really kind of depends on my mood. Like today I almost started with like some weird electro industrial stuff, and I was not feeling it. So I ended up kind of jamming out this lo-fi hip hop song, and I got 23 minutes left, and I should really stop screwing around. Hey, Melanade, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah, you are. Thank you so much for the host, though. Really do appreciate it. There it is. Ooh, that sounds fun. What game are you playing? Doom? Oh no, you forgot about me. Slot cutter rudder bit. Cool, I'll do that. I'll make a search of that right now. Joinery bits. Oh boy, that sounds like a rabbit hole. Yeah, that looks like what I'm looking for. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking about taking like a straight cut like a trimmer bit almost and just like digging down into it, which would be real bad. Hey, Eleanor, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Mythbusters is pretty great. I'm sorry I'm kind of distracted today. I'm very not focused.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like...
Okay, so let's go through here, because this is kind of the important bit. It's my stream. It is my stream, yes. But if I spend so much time screwing around and not actually finishing the song...
Lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like... The table saw behind me, I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, etc., etc., etc. There's so much around
it's getting there.
Setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me, I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
More sound design sometimes. I don't always do sound design. I feel like sometimes it can take way too long, especially if I'm under a time limit, which I like making things under a time limit because it keeps me focused, which is today is not indicative of that. But do I want to add anything else here? I don't think I do. But I tend to kind of just work with melodies and sound. I love working with Massive and making basses and stuff in Massive. It's a lot of fun. I don't, like you asked, I haven't used Nexus. I really should get like Serum, which is like a kind of synth that was popular a while ago, and I still haven't gotten it. So I don't know. I'm behind the times. Omnisphere, I don't have that either. I do know that it's good though. I've heard really good things about it. That's too long. Yeah. That's also too long. Yeah, I should really kind of expand my repertoire a little bit more. Honestly, like, I'm okay with this song ending here, just kind of fading out. Ever thought of making a compilation of tracks on this style, Ben? I feel a collection of songs like this. Well, I mean, I kind of did that with Felt Cute Might Delete Later. I mean, that's all kind of lo-fi hip-hop stuff. Or are you talking about spoken word stuff? Because I've done that too. Let me show you. So if you're looking for lo-fi hip-hop stuff, oh, that's convenient. Felt Cute Might Delete Later is... is a good one for that. If you're looking for like inspirational spoken word, I have an album called Creationism, which is talking about creativity and like living a life. This is all quotes, excerpts from the. Why can't I remember the name? It's something Composer Quest. Composer Quest was a wonderful podcast. It's a wonderful album. I kind of regret this name. I was being really cheeky with this name, and I kind of regret it in the long run. But it's like a real good album. I highly recommend listening to this if you're looking for just kind of inspiration. I appeared on Composer Quest twice. Kind of at the beginning, and I was in one of the finale episodes as well. Charlie McCarran's super nice. He was the host of that. He is working with like a board game company now. He's been making a lot of cool board games, which is really neat. Actually, I don't know if I like that. I was talking about that album in the finale episode. Yes, because I made that album while I was listening, kind of like what I do with YouTube. When I'm listening to it, like if I hear something that I think is cool or inspiring or whatever, I just take a clip of it. And I did that with Composer Quest when I was listening to it, and I ended up with all of like this handful of 14 really cool clips. And then I heard that Composer Quest was ending, and I was like, oh, I could probably do this really cool thing, almost as a tribute to Composer Quest, but also just because I feel like it's a really good way to honor it. I guess that's kind of a tribute to it, isn't it? But so yeah, I did that, and then I got in touch with Charlie, and he was like super flattered, and it was really nice to be able to like get permission to do that. Because I had to get into contact with all the people that he interviewed and make sure that they were okay with me using that. One person wasn't, so I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't get too far on this song. And like it was that's awesome. So it was a whole thing, and I kind of learned a lot about in asynchronous collaboration with that, where it's like I'm using, yeah, of course you can, using other people's work in a way that's not intentional, but also like obviously I wanted to get permission from those people first. I don't know. It was weird. Is this the whole song? Like, it definitely could be. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's designed to inspire people. It wasn't designed to be like, this is the best part of Composer Quest. You don't need to listen to the rest of it now. I honestly can't remember. I just remember being a little frustrated talking to somebody and them being a little protective of what they were doing. Everybody else was like super into it and like really flattered. And I think one person was just like, nah. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Everybody was cool with it. But I don't think so. So let's listen to the whole thing. We might be kind of done. Okay, I need to listen to this chord again. Oh my God, can I... Excuse me. Yeah, I do too. I'm glad that we went this way. I'm glad I used that Adam Savage quote finally. Like, I've been meaning to do that for a while. I feel like this should be ping pong. Oh yeah, that's way better. Holistic Process is the name of it, pizza, because that's what I named the Adam Savage quote. I just want 50. 49's good enough. It's a basic ass song, and that's not a bad thing. It's just what it is, you know? And I could take this and copy it and make it twice as long or whatever, but it's like, meh.
Actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, etc., etc., etc. There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me, I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact.
Cool. Okay, let me go back to this real quick. Yeah, take care, Loki. Thank you for hanging out, asking questions, and participating in chat. It means a lot. Bum, bum. Cool. Okay, let's get back to this. I want to emphasize this last kind of thing that he has here. So what I tend to do a lot with this is just to toss a little bit of echo at the end, just because that makes people pay attention a little bit more.
They understood that central fact.
That's better. Okay. So it's just finishing touches. I kind of feel like this isn't lo-fi enough. So it's like, what if I put a little bit of erosion on it or something maybe? I don't know.
Place and you've got enough light.
Nope, that sounds like butts. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so I had a little bit more at the end, but I think we're pretty much done. It's a synth saxophone. Care of Zaxis, who suggested it. Yeah, he suggested a saxophone, and that was the first one I pulled. I was like, well, it's a synth, but meh. It actually sounds pretty good. I'm actually pretty pleased with this one overall. Like, it's one of those songs where I think I'll listen to it tomorrow and be like, dang. Today it's pretty good though. Like, I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah. Let's just kind of do a quick mastering job on this real quick. Not anything fancy, but yeah, we're quiet. Whoa. There we go. What if we put glide on this though? You can't wrap your head around it? Well, we've got a little bit of time. Let's talk about it real quick. Hey kids, let's rap about multiband compression. So it's really not that hard. You know how a compressor works. It takes audio, and depending on whether it is above or below a certain threshold, it will try to compensate toward that median, or that middle ground that you set. What multiband dynamics does, or in the multiband compression, is it essentially breaks the audio into strips and does the same thing. So in this case, like, I just kind of use the preset settings because, again, I kind of remaster everything when I release the album, but this is just for YouTube, so it's kind of whatever. Sorry, YouTube. I love you. So what we're doing is we're breaking this into strips. This is 2500 hertz and above. This is 120 hertz and below, and this middle part is basically the middle, what isn't covered by these. So what you can do is you can take this and you can boost the sound, or when it turns red, you're attenuating the sound or making it quieter. So what this is like, if the lows are below this threshold right here, it'll raise the volume. And if the lows are above this threshold right here, it'll reduce the volume. So it's kind of just nudging the audio's loudness into that zone. And I kind of do this willy-nilly when I set it up. I just kind of boost things and lower them, and then I can kind of tweak it as I go. But like, if I go like this, it's obnoxiously loud because I'm just cranking all the highs, and then I'm compressing all the highs to go to this really loud point. Alternatively, you could like just cut out the mids by going like this. And you can kind of see the blue line here. If I do this again, the blue line is the affected audio, and the yellow like dot is the real audio. So you can see that it's being attenuated. It's being made quieter because of how this is working. And you can go the other way too, where you can make that, like, this is the real audio down here, and that's what it is currently. So it's like, it's essentially boosting the volume based off of the current loudness in a frequency band. That's about the simplest I can describe it. But it's very, very useful because unlike an EQ, compression is real time. Compression takes the current state of the audio and changes it based on that. Whereas EQ is just like, yeah, this guy right here, make it louder, or this guy right here, make it quieter. So having a real time way of doing that is very, very valuable. And having more flexibility with doing it, making it a multi-band thing is even better, because it allows you to, it's just say like, oh, well, the highs are a little quiet in this one, so let's just boost the highs. But I don't want to just kind of blow it out in the chorus, because there's a lot of hats or something in there. So the dynamics, the multi-band dynamics allows me to be like, well, this, make it louder up to this point, and then don't make it louder beyond that. So there we go. We did it. We solved music production. Yeah, thank you. I like teaching people things. Anyway, we're good. Should just legally change my name to underscore. My middle name. When I'm crazy rich and I have nothing better to do with my money, that's what I'll do. Anyway, that is today's song. I kind of like how it turned out. Definitely not what I was expecting, but, you know, when is that ever the case? I think I'm going to let this one stew a little bit longer before I kind of render and release it. I'll still release it tomorrow, but usually I kind of like render this stuff out immediately. But I feel like this one could use a couple more tweaks before I finish it off. But I'm going to take a break and step away from it, and maybe this evening I can put in a couple finishing touches before releasing it into the wild. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me to have all of you here and offer your wonderful, wonderful advice. It actually really helped a lot today because of just kind of my mental state more than anything else. So I hope you all have a good rest of the day. I am hoping to stream on Saturday. I know I've kind of missed my weekend streams lately. Things have been banana pancakes around here. I've been doing way too much, but doing like a chill dev stream would be a lot of fun. Maybe I can start that Stardew Valley game with Christine. That'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to get going. Again, thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Take care.